Hi, this is Angelo again, back with another update. Um, Usually try to keep these focused on my oligodendroglioma, but also other things in life because life's complex and you can't just focus on one thing. You can't be so singularly focused on having brain tumor, brain cancer, because then you start to become one dimensional and you just become your disease or issue or condition. So, um, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's been going on lately. This is a first update in just a little bit. Maybe you've seen my push for the National Brain Tumor Society, trying to get people on my team. So if you're Let me give you a little plug real fast. If you can, go to braintumorcommunity.org/go to/brain tumor cure. That'll take you to my page, my team page, and hopefully you can make a donation and or join my team, which is walking this year in Portland on August 6th, which is a Sunday. Anyways, that behind me, I'm looking over here to my right at a calendar. Been a lot going on. Had not a lot going on, but tonight's a big cribbage night. That's always something to look forward to. Every Tuesday, I get together with my mom and we go over and we play cribbage at the beer mongers. Now, I'm not drinking. I haven't been drinking for a while. It's been over 200 days since my last drink of alcohol. So today is day number 215 since I've drank. And that's kind of a necessity for me because drinking always leads to more problems with my epilepsy. And as many of you know who have been following me, maybe you don't recognize me because I shaved off my beard. Mixing other psychoactive substances like caffeine or alcohol, especially, even cannabis, can cause problems with epilepsy and seizures. So, I am not messing around too heavily with that. I got a lot coming up next month in June. June is my birth month, so I'm looking forward to it. Hoping to have a little gathering over at the beer mongers with my friends. They all like drinking beer, but I no longer do. But fortunately, I've made a lot of friends and over there, and it's great to have a community of people that support you. And thankfully, the beer mongers have. And we should be doing an event coming up soon for the National Brain Tumor Society to raise money for that, which is the largest not-for-profit organization dedicated solely to brain tumor research, education, and a cure. Anyways, let's get back on topic of what's going on. I'll be speaking on a panel about medical cannabis over at Clark College with my friend Farmer Tom Lauerman. That's coming up on June 22nd, Thursday. He's teaching a class about cannabis growing, medicinal, and recreational purposes, I believe. But you have to contact him. Look him up, Farmer Tom. He's on social media. Has a lot of great information out there about the positive attributes of cannabis, which there's many. I mean, one of the problems in as you probably know and everyone knows that has a half of a brain, pun intended, I suppose, is that cannabis has so much potential to heal and help people, but unfortunately, the Food and Drug Administration is not making a big push to do research into it, into the benefits of it, because there's more money in big pharma. Drugs that are manufactured in a laboratory are certainly going to get you a better financial result when you have a patent on it than something that just grows out of the ground, and anybody can harvest. So I think for a long while that's even why cannabis was a controlled substance, which it still is, and on a governmental level, national level. But fortunately, a lot of states have loosened up their restrictions on it because, let's be realistic, cannabis has never killed anybody. But that wasn't really my point either. Was not talking about cannabis. It's a theme that I carry with me throughout all of my spiels here is gratitude, and I want to present my gratitude to you for being here, for reading, listening to what I have to say, and I need to bring myself back up on the horse because I fell off the 5 a.m. train that I initially had set the goal of being on, waking up every morning at 5 a.m. without fail. Started that on January 9th, ran it through March 16th, and then kept going. Made it 110 days, I believe, of doing that. And then when my friend Maureen came, she wasn't feeling so well. We were on different schedules. She was on her East Coast schedule. She was a little ill while she was here. And so things didn't really work out. I could have had the willpower to do it myself. I got to go on a wonderful retreat the following week on the coast at Glen Eden Beach with my friends at the Quest Center for Integrative Health. That was really inspiring for me and a great opportunity. I mean, I don't get out of the city of Portland metropolitan area very often, and getting to go to the Oregon coast 2 weekends in a row was a real treat for me. And granted, the second week that I was out there, we didn't do a lot on the beach. We were right close to the beach. We could look out of our window from where the retreat was being held and see the ocean, which was very cool. But basically, very limited amount of time we were able to go outside. I mean, I'm sure anybody that wanted to could have, but self-work and self-care was at the top of the list for those times. At the end of the sessions, I did jump into the ocean twice. The Oregon waters off the coast are very cold, but there's something about the Pacific Ocean that's just renewing, and, got to take advantage of this life while I have it in the palm of my hands. Got to live as best as I can, and one thing that's very special to me is the ocean and the oceans, and I really enjoy the sound, the feel, just the vibe and texture of being around the ocean, and that really meant so much to me. So at the end, on a nice warm day, warm for that time of year out on the coast, it was about 69 degrees. I jumped in the ocean with a few of my newly made friends, and it was great. Didn't stand there very long. Felt the legs getting numb and jumped right out, but that was very cool. So little things like that really make life awesome. I've been battling allergies, if you can't tell, all stuffed up, and oh no, I look like I'm all red. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer here. But I've had a lot of ups and downs, maybe from the medications, likely, maybe just from the brain tumor, oligo in the left parietal and frontal lobe, which is beyond operation at this point because of the size and location of it. I've also been dealing with some other medical issues recently. I've had some GI problems, and may or may not be involved with an umbilical hernia that I'm actually getting repaired on June 7th. I feel very lucky about that, and get that taken care of. I did get the hernia. I remember the specific day I was moving a bunch of stuff up into a second-story apartment, and I got the hernia. I think it was about the time I was moving a big futon bed up a flight of stairs, and shortly after, I was out having some drinks with a friend of mine who let me use his truck, and all of a sudden I had a little outie belly button, and it's grown a little bit more, but some of the fascia has gotten displaced, and you can see that it's keeps poking. That's the thing with hernias, is that they keep getting worse until they became strangulated, and it was in the fascia or muscle tissue, and you have to get the operation. Fortunately for me, it's small, and they can just go into the belly button with a small incision, push it back in, and then just suture it back. So yeah, that's a few things that are going on with me. I'm just bleeding out my life here on the internet, but I figure what the hey, I'm getting a lot of positive feedback from other people with brain tumors and going through similar experiences. I was in a brain tumor group, which takes place every third Thursday at the Providence Cancer Center in Portland, Oregon, right there off of 47th, on 47th, near Gleason. And everyone's welcome. It happens at 3:30 to 5 every third Thursday over at the Providence Cancer Center. Down at there's a conference room down on the first floor. Hope you can join if you're interested and you're in the area. Met 2 new people in the group. It was a really good turnout this past Thursday. That was on the 18th of May. We had that, and our next one is coming up on the 15th of June, so hopefully you can make it out there if you're around the area. Anyhow, met 2 new people that had oligodendrogliomas. One woman had a stage 3, younger than myself, diagnosed in 2011, and she was doing amazing things. I know she was having some trouble with medication as well. Seems to be a common theme. She was on a lot more than I am currently. But to her credit, she's actually getting herself through grad school, and that's something that's a goal of mine, to get back into school. But I don't really know at this point. My main goal is getting healthy. I've also been experiencing some issues with personal issues, just with having a little bit of ups and downs, mood swings, having some emotional issues. It really would be nice to get myself together a little bit more, be a little bit more organized. That's something that I've worked on most of my life. Getting rid of a lot of things, kind of trying to tidy up my feng shui, has made a big difference for me. And I'm sorry I say or like a lot. That's that's the new American filler, because we're in the MTV generation, post MTV generation. I am Gen Xer. Currently 40 years old, turning 41 on June 23rd. Like, I have to look at the calendar, like I don't know. That's about all I've got right now. I've been feeling great half the time, feeling like shit half the time. But it's been since September 20th, my initial diagnosis, or at least when I was hospitalized. The diagnosis came about a month later, but I knew I had a brain tumor, and I had a biopsy on September 22nd of 2013. So it's been about 3.5 years. I hear people talking a lot about life expectancy. I used to talk that way a lot, but I think that's a bad approach to things. Also, talking to somebody who's into Eastern medicine or acupuncture, acupressure, massage therapy, about life expectancy. Really, if you put things into that framework, of mind frame, there's something to be said about self-fulfilling prophecy. So I think it's good to not put that on yourself. I need to tell myself this more often, because I know the median life expectancy for someone like myself with this condition, but there's breakthroughs happening all the time. There's outliers. There's there's abnormal people on the good side of things, and every day is just its own day. You can't really look at it saying, okay, well, on this day, 2027, I'm going to bite the dust, or whatever it is. Just have to live. Just have to live like there ain't no tomorrow. Party like it's 2019, I hope that this video gives you some kind of hope and inspiration, and I also hope that if you're seeing this or reading the text that comes with it, if there is any, that you will go to the website for the National Brain Tumor Society, and it'd be great if you could donate on behalf of my team, which all the funds are going to the National Brain Tumor Society. It's a 501c3. My team is Team Brew Public, or you can give on behalf of myself, since you now know me and I'm a survivor. I'm fighting for survival. The website again is www.braintumorcommunity.org/go/brain tumor cure. And I should have that posted here. But anyways, thank you for being here. Thank you for caring enough to watch this. I know it's run long. It's past 17 minutes right now, and I'm going to try to cut it short before it hits 20. So thanks for listening. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope that you can continue to, if you are someone that's experiencing a brain tumor or some kind of terminal condition or something that's definitely altered your life and it's hard and you're struggling, I hope that this has brought you some hope and inspiration, because I feel hopeful when I'm able to share some of what I'm going through with you. Don't be afraid to try new things. Research, learn as much as you possibly can. Ask a lot of questions. Don't be afraid. It's good not to just jump into things blindly, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. So no looking back, just looking forward and living presently. All right? Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. This is Angelo. Peace.